Hey all you super players out here. Today we got a nice commentated match coming from you. This match was streamed on our Twitch channel on Thursday, where we stream Dragon Ball Super Thursdays at 6 o'clock and Sundays at 1:30. So come on and check that out sometime. I'll have a link in the description. But yeah, I picked this match to commentate on because it shows just the power that the U6 deck can display. Here we have Roberto playing the U6 deck, and I'm playing my green Goku counter deck that I featured earlier this week. So you see, he starts off with the usual play the KO, grab a life with his leader. I charge a multicolor energy because I want to make my counter plays active. And turn 2, he goes ahead and drops down the Kale, grabbing a life for his Cabba effect, and then the Kale looks at the top, and he just found the thing he wanted immediately. Now, the reason he grabbed this card is because that allows him to take another life, and that's going to allow him to awaken here on turn 2 and untap his energy right away, which is what he's playing for. He's trying to get a big play here down on turn 2. So he awakens, untaps his 2 energy. So Kale's swinging it at 14 because it got a 500 boost from the leader, and then a 15 coming in because of the 500 boost. He Union Absorbs into the new Tournament Pack Kefla. So for those of you that doesn't know what this card does, it is a Patara and for any Kale and Khalifa, but it's a free Patara. It's got 1900 and a dual attack. Now, the reason it has those two counters is because when you Patara, you get to keep the boost from both the things underneath. So that actually became a 2900 dual attacker this turn, which obviously I can't deal with one tapped energy. So he's going to attack with his leader, combo a Vados Champa to a rival of Vados Champa. So now he already has his Vados Champa in as well on turn 2. And he's also got the Khalifa to evolve over the Khalifa on his field. So for those of you counting, on turn 2, he has played Kale, which played a Khalifa, which he Union Patara'd. Then he arrivaled a Vados Champa and played a Khalifa double strike over the top. I'm sitting in here with a handful of extra cards and 10k combos that I can't really do much with. Now, he combos a bunch of cards, which I don't really think he needed to do. I mean, I guess he wanted to put me way down, but I'm at 1 energy here, and my win condition is Kaioken, which at this point I honestly don't even think I can do anything with. So, but luckily he put some stuff in there for me because I was able to awaken, untap my 1 energy, and arrival in a Gogeta to KO his Khalifa. That kind of brought me back in the game a little bit. Because even though he put all that pressure on the board and put all those guys down, I'm at a pretty significant card advantage now because it took a lot of cards for him to do that. So I'm going to attack and draw my card, and unfortunately I haven't had a chance to get to a Krillin yet, so I'm just swinging with my regular 15 single strike. So we take out his Khalifa with my attack and a super combo. So now we're not sitting too bad. We got a lot of cards. To his few cards, but he does still have Vados Chomp out, and I do not have a good way to get rid of that. Unfortunately, the best way to get rid of that for my deck is to preemptive strike it, and he did it while I had 1 energy. So there was no way I was ever preemptive striking or counterplaying it. As you see, I decided to leave my energy open and pass my turn because I want to leave my counterplays open, because if I allow him to get a big board presence out, he's probably going to be able to win with all his put in plays and his free combo power. So he decides to just pass. He didn't have anything he could put in play that wouldn't just, activate a counterplay and immediately get removed. So we see here, he's going to tap down one of my energy with his Khalifa's ability. When you combo with it on your opponent's turn, it allows you to tap one of your opponent's energy. And he gets to do that for free because he has the Vados Chomp out. So now I'm considering whether, because he's at 3 life, I'm considering whether I want to give him 2 more cards or not, since he doesn't have that many cards compared to me. And I clearly can't kill him this turn and leave up energy for a counterplay. So I decided to go for it. I actually think this was a mistake. I think I was better off not giving him the cards to make a big play. I just think I was better off. I think it was a mistake because there was no way I was ever killing him. And him being at 1 isn't really a big deal. And I kind of have the tempo here, and I'm trying to stall out until turn 5 so I can drop Kaioken, which, I mean, if I attack him and give him a bunch of cards, it just gives him the opportunity to try and beat me. So we're just going to play another Khalifa. Lets him grab a U6 from the top 5. And he gets another Kale. And you see now, he doesn't think he can beat me this turn, so he's just trying to set himself up. So he's attacking my Gogeta. And here he's put me in a weird situation. So I have 2 energy up for a counterplay, but if I let the Khalifa come into play, he's going to get to tap an energy. So basically, if I want to play a counterplay, I have to do it now. And I let the first timing window go. Alright, so after some discussion, I'm considering that counterplay. And I think at this point, I know I have a Preemptive Strike, a Kaioken, and another Gogeta in my hand. So I'm basically trying to figure out how to play this. Do I Preemptive Strike, which I end up deciding to do? I actually think that was wrong. I actually think I should have left, uh, let him bring that into play and then put another Gogeta into play on another turn. I just think that probably was a better play. Then I can get some combo power out of his hand probably too. And there I was mentioned to him that Preemptive Strike, even though it stops it from coming into play, he still gets the combo power from it. So I stopped his Khalifa, but he still has a lot of cards, and yeah, now comes the Kale. And it's just unfortunate that I had no way to counterplay this. If if I had 3 energy, I could have pretty easily stopped this because I could have just preemptive strike the Kale. The Kale is going to cause a lot of problems for me, as you'll see here in a second. He gets the Cabba that searches top 7 for 2 Universe 6 cards, and then discards a card. And he is going to get something pretty ridiculous off this Cabba search. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And boom, 2 super combos. So yeah, that was really bad for me. I'm now in a really bad spot. He's got a pretty wide board here, and he just got 2 super combos. And I'm tapped out, so I can't counterplay any more of his stuff. So this turn is a really good example, by the way, of if you're playing U6, how to play around all these counterplays that are coming in, because counterplays can be really devastating toward the deck. Here we see I'm going to use a negate and kill the Kale so that he can't evolve over the top of it. However, that does put me down to 2 life, which puts me within kill range of a Khalifa. So it's kind of rough either way here. But if I don't negate it, now see I got lucky and he didn't have another Khalifa to play. I basically was betting there that he wouldn't have a Khalifa, because if he had a Khalifa there, I was probably dead. As you can see, if you can see my hand, you can kind of see it, but I have like all 10Ks and extra cards in my hand. So I'm just in a really terrible spot right now. So I decide, well, maybe I'll get lucky and I can kill him here. Because he is still at 1 life, but my combo power just isn't as high as his. But I gotta go for it because there's no way I'm living through the next turn. But yeah, going back to the last turn, that's a really good example of how you can play U6 and play around counterplays. Because if you get Kaioken'd in the wrong spot, you can just like lose the whole game. The game's just over. And here's an example. I'm making sure that I can put this into play. And yeah, you can, as long as you didn't activate it this turn, you can play multiples of Gogeta if one is in the field. You just can't use as a rival twice in 1 turn. So here we am. We threw some combo power down, but the fact that he got 2 super combos last turn. Oh, here I am. So I KO'd his Vados Champa so that he would have to discard a card to keep it, which obviously he's going to do. And yeah, the fact that he got 2 super combos last turn is just going to crush me here. But the big reason that I wanted to feature this match is I wanted to show, one, how explosive the Universe 6 deck can be if you get the right draws. And I wanted to show how I basically solved his board and was ahead, and then it didn't even matter. He still came back. You can just put out so many cards at the same turn. It's just crazy. Here I am, and all I got left is 20k and nothing to combo with, so that's game. But yeah, so I thought this was a pretty cool feature of exactly what you can do with the Universe 6 deck and how crazy it can just go off. So yeah, like, subscribe, check out our Twitch. We'll be streaming in a couple days. And everyone get out there, play some Super, have some fun.